People want to know about their past lives. The question is, are you really ready to learn what you're supposed to learn from it and see the experience?
Hello, Barbie.
Hello, Ken.
So,
My name's Laura, by the way. It's my husband behind the camera.
so we've been learning a lot from the Ascended Masters about past life lately.
Yes.
Our latest training, and I know you revealed to me for the first time, just for you folks to know, that I have seen past lives between my wife and myself, or just past lives of her, and then I would relay what I've seen and what I was shown to her in accessing the Akashic Records. And I just found out today that sometimes, well, I just found out her true reaction today. All this time, I thought it was fantastic. So then I realized, wait a minute, you've been interested in past lives and this is how you were feeling the whole time?
Well, not the whole time, just in the beginning.
Well, that's what I mean, in the beginning, right?
Oh, okay.
To me, that's the whole time. You never told me this, and this has been years now.
Well, I haven't told you, yes, but I only felt that way for a short time in the beginning.
But you still didn't tell me.
Right, well,
Normally you tell me everything.
it didn't come up.
Now I've heard that saying that married people don't tell each other everything.
Really?
Now, well, it's true because I just found this out. Don't be acting all surprised. Like, really? You just.
Why do I have to tell you everything? You know everything about me anyway.
I didn't know that part.
Okay.
So see, it goes to prove to you that I don't know everything.
That's true.
So for those of you
You're
folks
still
that
human.
think I know everything, thank you. Right? I don't know everything. Thank God. Anyway, so how about if you share, without getting into details, right? Just your experience with past life, because I believe that it will help a lot of people to really rethink or understand more about the past life situation of such, or experience, whatever term we want to put to it.
Okay. Well, we've been working so that I can do this for myself and figure out information from my past lives on my own. And every time we work on this, I'm usually always seeing myself alone, and I only see like very serene scenes, very calm scenes of past lives. And then I just have to ask questions to be able to get answers about it. Where my husband, when he sees past lives with me, he gets some really interesting details. And what led me to coming up with this conclusion I'm about to tell you about is because for me, I thought I'd be seeing like how I died in a life, you know, some tragic death, or maybe a really traumatic experience that took place in a lifetime. But what's being shown to me are very, what I would call simple, calm things. And I wondered, well, why is that? And then I thought back to when I had learned about a past life, and it all started because many, many years ago, I had our 7th child, and I was having intense back pain. And my husband said, well, this is the past life this is from. You were running a brothel, you know, and you had all these prostitutes around, and you were a prostitute, and because of that, you know, all that sexual stuff, now you have all this back pain because you have to balance that karma. And I was like, but he gave me all these details, and I was like, holy cow, I couldn't believe that. Now, I was raised a Catholic, a staunch Catholic, and that's mortal sin right there. You're going to go straight down to you know where. So for me, you know, learning about past lives in the beginning there, and this was one of those instances, I was kind of afraid. I'm like, I really don't want to know this. Does this mean I'm never going to make it to heaven? Because that's what I was trained to believe growing up. So I think that my conclusion is that what I'm being shown right now as I'm going through this training are all these calm things because I'm not ready to handle those traumatic experiences.
So let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
Because
right?
of fear. Oh my gosh.
But let's go back a
Because
little bit. Like you said, you couldn't believe that you were a prostitute, right?
Right. And then I hurt people and then I did some things I shouldn't have done.
Like what? When you say hurt people?
Well, just I treated people badly from what you had told me in that lifetime. And
Really? How? I don't. Of course, I don't remember, but.
well, I was the boss, so I guess if people didn't do what I asked them to do, didn't treat them nicely. But it was more so that I would mess around with all kinds of men, married and whatever it might be.
Oh, okay.
And I was the ringleader of all these girls, so.
So I take you back to that because that's a very important point to remember about past lives. What is it?
It's the past.
Exactly.
It happened
Right.
before. It's not happening now.
So you shouldn't see. You're like, oh, I can't believe I did that. Well,
Right.
the fact that you did it, and guess what? You don't spend time on whether or not you did it. You spend time on, okay, what lesson am I supposed to learn from that for my current life? Make sense?
Exactly. Yes.
And a lot of people make that mistake. That they get either down on themselves and they want to beat up on themselves because they can't believe what they did in a previous life.
Right, and that's how it was for me in the beginning when this is maybe the second or third past life you had really talked to me about where something like that had happened. And I would still put myself down even though I know this is a past life that happened in the past. It's nothing to do with me right now. But it was still, again, because of my upbringing, it took a while to transition my thinking and my perspective to change that.
And that's why we're having this conversation.
Yes.
Because how many people out there would get in a situation like that and probably behave the same way? You know?
I think many people, based on their current life experience and what they believe and what they've been taught, they might, react the same way that I did. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I was such a horrible person. Instead of looking at it and saying, okay, all right, that was a past life. Yeah, that could have been me. Yeah, okay, so it was me. What am I supposed to learn from that, What is it that I'm balancing here? How can I help change the situation now?
Or how does that help you change the situation now?
Yes.
Right? And that's why past lives are important. It's not about whether or not you were a king or a queen in a previous life and they're like, oh, I was a king or a queen, that's fantastic.
Or if you were a serial killer or anything, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm talking about the king or queen.
Oh, you're talking about the good stuff.
Exactly. Because people get stuck with that as well.
Right.
Like, oh, I was Caesar, or I was Cleo. I heard people say, I was Cleopatra, okay? So what? The question is, why are you being shown that lifetime now?
Right.
Right? It's all about what lesson do I get from it. So that's one thing, right? But now, you move forward to this now, and now you're being trained, and you're showing these very nice, calm scenes, and you're thinking it's because you're afraid. So why do you think you're afraid now?
Well, I really don't think that I'm afraid. I just think that because of how I reacted in the past, that maybe it's like being cautious, like just give her what she can handle at this time.
Oh, they know what you can handle though.
So I guess I can't handle the truth.
Then a movie goes, you can't handle the truth. I never saw the movie, but I saw the clip. It was a military movie with Tom Cruise, and he goes to the general or somebody and said, you can't handle the truth. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I don't remember what movie that was, right?
An Officer and a Gentleman?
That sounds about right.
Okay, that's what came to me just now.
Okay.
But I never saw the movie though.
Right, I've only seen highlights of that one myself.
Right. So anyway, maybe that's the case. Because you know how it goes until they know that you can handle it. It's not revealed to you because the goal of the Ascended Masters is to help you, not to scare you.
Right.
That's why when people say that they had a dream that they died, and then they ask us questions like, does anyone want to die? When am I going to die? Or they have a dream about their parents dying or their loved one dying. All of a sudden, it does not mean you're going to die.
Right.
They won't do that. Okay? The Ascended Masters will not communicate to you that you're going to die tomorrow and then you're going to panic and kill yourself. No. All right? That dying signifies something else. Or people go on to these dream websites and go there.
And get their dreams interpreted, and it doesn't mean that at all.
Exactly. How can, that's like taking Tylenol for a headache. That's like saying every time you see a snake, it means this. No, everybody's karma is different. Why
Exactly.
do you believe a website? You know,
Yeah, my grandmother, she had a book about dreams and dream interpretation. And we'd tell her our dream, and she'd say, okay, let me see what that means.
Imagine, how could that be,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
It's different for each person. Anyway, so let's get back on track. So now you're having these
Experiences.
experiences, right? So that's one thing you said, maybe you're not ready for it. You think that's the biggest thing? Or what else do they tell people about experiencing past lives if it's something they're interested in doing? Or finding out about their past life?
Right. I'm not really sure. But I thought maybe I was just making it all up in my head for a while there, and I had to step aside and say, no, just watch what's happening. Don't try and interpret anything. Don't try and understand it. Just watch and observe. And that was the biggest thing that's still the biggest thing that I'm working on right now, just to watch and observe, you know?
Right. No bias.
Right.
No analyzing.
Right.
And especially trying to break it down. Like, I can't believe I did that. Did I actually do that? You know, why did I do that? You don't have time for that. Because again, it's a lesson. You know, and nobody's judging you. You shouldn't judge yourself. It's
Right.
strictly something you're learning from to apply in this life to make this life a better one.
Correct.
That's it.
Yes.
And folks really need to understand that. You know, that you shouldn't be beating up on yourself.
Right.
You know, and let's say, for example, you had this really bad sibling in a previous lifetime. And you see this person, and you realize now in this lifetime, the person happens to be your neighbor. Right? What are you going to do? Go curse your neighbor out or something? No, you've been shown that, so maybe you understand that, okay, you had a bad relationship there, so make it a better one in this lifetime. You don't go and say, well, that person treated me really badly in my past life. They're really bad, so I'm going to treat them badly because we don't get along. No. You know, you don't hold grudges. It's a past life.
Right. Right.
That's a lie. Right? Correct it now and make things move on. Anything else?
Not that I can recall at this moment in time.
So what's your advice for someone that's interested in past life?
Whew. Be ready and understand that you'll be given what it is you're ready for and what you're ready to see. And just observe. And afterward, when you talk about it, then you can analyze and come up with the different scenarios as to why you were shown that. And see how it all fits together.
And the main thing is, it's a past life, right?
That's right. Let it go. It's a past life. Think of it as watching a movie, maybe, you know? And this is just a scene from a movie, and that movie's done. Go on to the next movie.
You just happen to be the star of the movie,
Yes.
right? But that is done. And you can learn from it for this lifetime.
Yes, you have your own personal Hollywood.
Oh, I like that. Maybe the title of that. Past life. Personal Hollywood, right? But that's really what it is, though. The point is that use it as a tool to help you now. It's not a tool for you to go back to and to make yourself depressed or make yourself super happy, whichever one.
Right.
That's not what it's about. It's all about learning from that experience to make this one a better one that you're currently in.
That's right.
Remember to subscribe and like this video. Join the Facebook group 190 Vision to connect with others on the same journey. Get help by visiting our website 190vision.com. Support the 190 Vision mission by clicking on the donate button, which is at the bottom of each page of our website.